Hi guys, thanks for tuning into the channel today. Thought we might try something different today. We might take the Honda CT125 out along the road, run it through a bit of sealed road, through a few bends, a few other things, see how it pulls a few of the big steep hills around here, and just check out the 13 tooth 41 rear gearing on this bike, give you an idea how it runs along under normal riding conditions on the sealed stuff. It's not really geared up to do sealed road, but I just thought I'd just show you how that idea goes for what it cost me, roughly $30 US to do the front and rear tooth gearing, and it's still running the factory chain. So stay tuned, we'll get out along the road, see what you think of it, and I'll just show you how well it runs in that area, or what it's like that. But like I said, it's really a dirt road runner, and that's what it's geared up, I think, to run dirt road, not bitumen. But it'll give you an idea how it handles that side of it anyway, and you got an idea then how it runs both areas. So stay tuned and we'll fire away. Hi guys, thanks for tuning into the channel today. Just out in the bike for a little bit of a run. We're just cruising along. I'm running the 13 tooth front, 41 rear. Just giving you an idea how this little bike runs with this mod. So it's a pretty cheap mod to do in case you're on a budget. This worked out at around about $30 US, so it's 30 bucks US. I'm now cruising along at 70 k's, about 70 kilometres an hour GPS, which would be pretty close to 80 k's. I'm coming up to a rise now. This is part one of the test, where if I was on a normal 14 tooth 39, I'd have a bit of trouble getting over the hill, and you see the bike slow down. So here's the hill now. We'll see how it travels. I'm on 75. I'll give it a little bit of bean, and you'll see now I had no trouble getting over this hill. I would have dropped 10 kilometres on the old scale if I had the old gearing on that little ride. But here I am, running along that hill, no trouble whatsoever. So like I said, that's trial one. On that little rise there, I would have easily dropped 5 to 10 k's. So overall, I think it's a good little mod for 30 bucks US to give you that little bit of more pulling power or torque on the hills. This ruined this. This is where I was going to do the second pull up this hill. Okay, we'll see how the little bike runs along here. There's no way to pull up along here in fourth gear. So we're in fourth now. Look how quick it is. All this is uphill pull. The only real trouble is you've lost ABS braking on the front. But look at the way it pulls over these hills. So that gives you a bit of an idea there. We'll go back the other way now and I'll show you one hill to go over and we'll use that as the third test. Bike appears to handle a lot better now too with the YSS suspension. A lot of rubbish on the road, but so this is a really good pull. This is all uphill. So we'll give it to it now. So it'd be impossible to pull this hill in top gear on stock gearing. So I'm in fourth gear now. Like I said, this is a really steep hill. Look at this one, fourth gear. Right over this in fourth gear. And still pulling it easy. And that is really a steep hill. I'd battle to go over that to be 500 in fifth. So we run that little bike up to 80 kilometres an hour GPS from here. $80 now, really easy. I'll back off. So 80 GPS easy. Once again, up to 80. Over 80 now. Now if I was at the original speedo, that'd be 90.
Here's the third hill coming up, pretty steep. I'll see how it pulls this one. Still not bad. I'm still able to get up these hills at 60 kilometres an hour. There's in top gear. There I am, 61 kilometres an hour. Now that guy up ahead, he's doing a speedo run at 80, and I'm GPSing at 72. He's in an 80 zone, see? So his speedo's 8 kilometres out. Check now, see, 80 zone.
Okay guys, back from the run, and that concludes today's test. A little bit dicey out there in that little bit of a corner incident where that car come around the corner and a little bit wider than normal. I had to swing to the left to avoid any drama there. So that's what happens in these back roads in Australia now, because they're a little bit tight and narrow, and the grass is a bit high in some areas, and you can't really see what's happening when you come around these corners. So it always a good idea to play it safe and make sure that you give cars enough room, because they don't care when they come around those corners, and you could be wearing one if you're not careful. So one thing I did find that out there today, that this bike actually pulls good in fourth gear on all those minor hills what I ran up, except a couple of the really steep ones where once again it pulled really good in fourth gear up those hills. So if this is the sort of thing that you like, it's pretty good in that line. So on seal stuff, it did handle those hills pretty good, but this bike is really set up, I think, for dirt road riding, where, like I said, I'm only around about 3 minutes or 3 to 5 minutes from the nearest dirt road area. And then once I get on that dirt road area, if I want to, I can switch from dirt road to dirt road and run different tracks out there and go, if I want to, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 hours. So this setup might not appeal to many people, or it might just appeal to just a few. It's just hard to say, but from my point of view, it's a pretty good setup for what I want to do, and that's the main thing as far as I'm concerned, because it's nice and suitable for the area of riding I want. And it was just a trial run today to see how it performed on the seal section, and I found it was all right on that section there too, and it's sort of quite peppy in that area. Whether or not it'd be suitable for someone to do it full time in that line, it's just hard to say, but you know, either that or you just stick to your stock gearing. But for a $30 mod for, you know, replacing both sprockets and just running on the stock chain, I think it wasn't too bad. So once again, just something for you different to look at, and thanks again for calling in, taking a look, and I'll catch up on you in the next clip.